Alright guys, so we have breaking news for you today. Andrew Cobra Tate, the man himself that we've been talking about on this channel for a few months now, he has finally been banned from Instagram and Facebook. He was already banned from Twitter back in 2019, and now his two other main social media platforms have been stripped away from him. Now, the reason why I'm saying finally is because there was a post circulating that we're gonna get to soon. But basically, the woke mob picked up on the fact that Andrew Tate was a misogynist and just straight up started calling for his ban without any evidence of him doing anything wrong. I just want to say though that people who are going to suffer the most for this is not Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's not going to care about this. Like he said, he's still a millionaire. He still has his Bugatti. He doesn't care that much that he's banned off Instagram. He actually even said he sympathizes with the cause that Instagram is banning him based on. And honestly, that's a very mature thing to say. But we're going to break it down in this video. We're going to talk about it as we always do. So there was this post spreading around. I'm going to put it up right around here. And I'm just going to read it to you guys. It says, Andrew Tate is teaching boys to be violent misogynists. It's time for social media platforms to do something. And that was the message that was being spread all around the internet. I saw it like at the beginning of last week, starting to really pick up some traction. And when the woke mob call for someone's banning, it's only a matter of time before they get banned. We saw this on multiple occasions. We saw this even with the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. We've seen this happen a multitude of times. And this really just ties into the cancel culture that has been going on over the past few years. And we know what topics they don't like. They don't like any talk about this thing, right? Back during the COVID times, you couldn't even say the word COVID or whatever. If you said anything that was deemed as not true or not in line with their narrative, they would just simply flick you off the platform. And I think this is a major problem, and it's going to cause people to move off these central media and controlled platforms that people are mostly currently a part of and just move over to other things. But like I said, Tate, the way Tate grew so much is not by having a high follower Instagram account. It's through his affiliate marketing scheme that he did through his Discord called Hustlers University, where he basically gave his entire fan base affiliate links to his content to promote it, push it on TikTok and Instagram mainly, I would say, and just overall make it blow up. So he will continue to do well. He might even get reinstated on Instagram if there is enough backlash towards this decision. But overall, let's just talk for a second about what Andrew Tate actually says. The content of his character, right? The thing that we should be focusing on in every single situation. Yes, he maybe does say things that are a little bit outlandish and sound kind of crazy to the average person, but I would disagree strongly that he is teaching men to be violent misogynists. He never once told the man to lay a finger on a woman. He never said anything about like violence from men to women. The only things he ever said about violence were in reference to men protecting women as they should and not letting their woman like fight for them. That's basically all he said about fighting. And he is a 4-time kickboxing world champion, so I would say he does have some experience in the fighting field, enough to give his views and not be chastised for it. Now, to the point about him making men into young misogynists, I would argue that he was doing more for men than any single other creator on the platform because he was teaching men the true nature of how women actually act. And this has been confirmed by many videos. I'm going to put one up right here. I literally saw a woman posting a video, Andrew Tate is banned because yada yada, he was telling the truth. Like something like that. It has 43k views. Obviously the woke mob are the only ones angry about this, just as they were the only ones angry in the other situations that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. I do think that this is a sign of the growing spread of cancel culture that has been running rampant pretty much since, I would say since the beginning of the Obama administration, but what really picked up was at the start of COVID. And yeah, it's very sad to see, and Tate was essentially wiped off of Instagram without a trace, or at least his account was, and there's nothing much to do about it. He did say that he does trust the appeal process of Instagram, and he does trust that he might be able to reverse his decision or whatnot, but it's just a growing reminder that you really have to be careful on these platforms. You can't say too much, and you overall will be censored if they don't like what you say, especially if you have a huge following like Tate. This could tie into many of the other controversies that have been circling for decades. This could go into like other things that I'm not even going to touch on yet, but I do think that this is definitely a sign of them clamping down, as we have seen signs in the past. Now, what should we do about this? I don't think there is actually much that we can do, because overall Instagram is a privately owned company. We don't really have control over what they say. Yes, this is a violation of freedom of speech, but it's not the government's platform to control, so we can't really fight this in a court of law, unfortunately, at least from what I've heard from some of my lawyer friends. So essentially we are pretty much out of luck in this situation, but you know, I'm sure Tate will be back better than ever. He already made a reaction to this, which we're gonna watch right now. But yeah, those were pretty much my remarks on the Andrew Tate situation, why he was banned, how he was banned, and overall my thoughts on it. So let's jump into the video of him just shortly reacting to his ban, and we'll wrap it up from there.
Tried to log into Instagram a couple hours ago, it wouldn't let me. I have good people on the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. It's not a big loss for me. It's not something I use too often. But I do understand their position, because we're actually living in a world now where it's kind of strange. This is an unprecedented period of human history. And we have internet sensationalism, global sensationalism on a scale which has never happened before. And also we have the ability to edit things so quickly, right? So you can say something on a stream and they can remove all context, or you can say something and they can change the tone of your voice, or you can say something.
So basically Andrew Tate is attributing his ban to some sort of montage that was created of him saying bad things. I've yet to see such montage, so I'm not sure. I don't think that that's why. I think it's just overall the kind of person that he is someone that they really would despise and would want banned off the platform.
It's already happened to me many times, yes.
Exactly. And then what they can do is they can throw that in front of a hate mob, and then internet sensationalism can take control, and people can start to believe in narratives which are false, and then people have to take some kind of action against that. So I understand all these things. I understand that with great power and great influence comes great responsibility. And I'm very understanding of the situation. I think that I'm a strongly religious man. I believe that God will prevail, the truth will prevail.
Right.
The one thing that's a little bit annoying, I mean, because a lot of people have been insulting me for a long time on all platforms. And that's fine. It really doesn't bother me because I'm an extremely strong person. I know that some people would be very, very uncomfortable in my position. Not many people can sleep at night with the kind of death threats I've been getting, but for me, it's been fine, right?
You getting death threats?
Oh yeah, and this is the thing that's crazy, right? So I would get 10 to 20,000 death threats a day.
What?
Via Instagram.
Via Instagram.
And they would
I don't know why Aiden Ross is so annoying, but I guess Tate has chosen him to be the messenger to the people. But basically, he's saying that he does get death threats on Instagram, but no action was being done towards them. I think that's what he's alluding to. That just goes without saying. That's basically how social media is nowadays. They only target people who have big influences.
take no action, even if I reported them. However, they've now decided I'm the danger. And even the people who were supporting me, I was saying, crazy, yeah. I was saying, look, if you're going to support me in public, if you're going to discuss things in comments, please do it respectfully, because hate on hate, it ain't going to get
I have a question.
right?
The guy saying in the DMs that are going to kill you. Be honest, if they saw you in person, do you think they'd keep that same energy?
I know, of course not, but it's just about the fact that, there's a lot of hate around on the internet, and I don't believe that hate versus hate is going to win.
So Andrew, what I've learned on the internet now, it's a new generation of internet. The internet is different now, and whatever you say that is hateful gets more likes, more clicks, and it gets more attention. Because listen, you probably get thousands of comments that are showing love and praisal, right? But the ones that stick out the most are the hate ones. The ones that are like, he's really saying that shit. So that's why they do it. They do it because they want the clicks, they want the attention, they want the likes. That's really what they do.
Yeah, and it's really interesting about how it's going to shape the world, right? Because, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. Now I have millions and millions of people who are my fans, and I was literally teaching them and telling them on Instagram 3 days ago, if you want to defend me, then stick up for me in a respectful way. Even if they're insulting me or threatening my life, do it in a respectful way, because just arguing back and forth in a bitter, immature, hate.
I think that this really just speaks to the person that Andrew Tate is, even in a time where he has lost a financial asset, right? He was probably having brand deals having to do with his Instagram and stuff like that, but he is not overreacting. He's telling everyone to stay respectful, and overall just telling everyone to calm down, and that's great. I mean, I don't think he could have possibly handled this better. I know if I was in this situation, I would be much more visibly outraged than he is right now. And yeah, with that being said, I think we can end it off here because we pretty much get what he's trying to say. He's going through the appeal process and he's going to see how it ends up. Overall, I think he doesn't care that much because he does have this Discord and that's his primary source of income. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Take care and I'll see you all soon.